Hey guys, and welcome to JP's LEGO Reviews. Today we are looking at the LEGO Jurassic Park T-Rex Rampage. The set number on this set is 75936, the piece count on this set is 3120, and the age rating for this set is 16 and up. So, let's break it down. As you can see with the display plaque, you have two sort of greenery pieces on either side of the minifigure portion, and then with the minifigure portion you can obviously see it's designed for 6 minifigures, and they're the minifigures which are included in the set. Also, this is a different looking compared to Star Wars, but I actually like the design of it a bit more. Information plaque. If you want to read more of it, please pause the video. Now, let's start with the 6 minifigures that are included in the set. We have Ian Malcolm, Ray Arnold, Dennis Nedry, Ellie Sattler, Alan Grant, and John Hammond. Out of the 6, my favourite is definitely Ray Arnold. The reason I like him so much is because of his lab coat. Now, if we zoom in a bit, we can just appreciate the detail that's been put into it, and also you can see the separation between his shirt and tie and the lab coat. Now, there are some pretty good printings on some of the other minifigures. I like Ian Malcolm's leg printing. I like Dennis Nedry's torso printing, and I really like the jacket. I don't know why. I just like it's just a good jacket design, I guess. I also really like Ellie's transition from shorts to boots, and I also just like John Hammond's accessory as well. Honestly, the back printing here isn't that interesting. I do like the fact that both Ray and Ellie have 2 colours for their legs, but it still seeps through the back, which I actually think is a good thing, because people are 3D, not 2D. Also, I really like Dennis Nedry's jacket design again. I really like the hoodie, and I really like the Jurassic Park logo as well. Personally, I actually like Ian, Ray's, Ellie's, and Dennis's secondary faces more, because firstly, these 3 have a scared looking face on them because, well, they probably saw the T-Rex, but my favourite one has to be him. He just looks, I don't know, there's just something funny about that facial expression. And also the blue goop helps with that as well. Let's get started with what's probably my favourite build I've probably showed yet. This set's build was so good, I didn't actually want to build the other half of the set until a few days later, because I just loved the T-Rex. That's how good this build literally is. Now, let's start with the headpiece of this dinosaur. As you can see, he looks good here, but he honestly looks even better from this sort of perspective. He does look okay on the other side, but I do prefer him on this side as a perspective. But the best thing you can do with this set is you can actually move the mouth. You can open it once and twice. Now, you can also get out his tongue. Now, his tongue looks like a massive chili, to be honest with you, but as you can see, that is pretty impressive. And his mouth is actually large enough to fit in a whole minifigure. I don't know if you'd want to do that, but it's something you can do. Now, let's move on to the arms. The one cool thing about these arms is, well, they're very flexible. You can move them in all sorts of ways and shapes, and this is cool, but also kind of hilarious to me, because in T-Rexes, they just have small arms, and for being such large dinosaurs, it's just kind of comedic or comical if you want to say it like that, for them to have such small arms. Also, I really like the detailing on the legs as well. As you can see, you have a bit of nail that you can actually do some weird stuff with. That one over there is up, this one's down. I don't really know if that's real, in a real sense, but this is what you can do in Lego. His feet can move in, well, out and in. And with his nails, they're a bit less they're more limited in what they can do, but you can still move them around quite a lot. And then we also just have to, before talking about the other functions, we just got to appreciate the size of this. Like, this thing is 70 centimeters long. I think it's one of the longest builds I think I've ever owned. Yes, I did change the leg position and it's more upright now. But let's look at the tail, because this tail is also really impressive. This actually probably makes up about 35 to 40 centimeters of a dinosaur, and I really like how you can just articulate it so much. And because it's controlled by each and every ball joint, you can get it to do very different things because it's so controlled. So even though it's going out in this way, you can actually curve it back in because of the amount of ball joints that are in the set, which is really cool. And also, with these final two pieces, you can actually flip them upside down, and you can even do something like this. Now, I know that doesn't look right in nature, but it's still pretty cool. And because it's on one ball joint, you can just do crazy stuff with it. But, yeah, this is the best part of the build, 100%. Now, let's look at the gate portion of the set. As you can see, there's a lot of jungle-like foliage here, and that's because Jurassic Park in the universe is in Costa Rica, in Central America. So this is part of that jungle sort of landscape. Now, my one criticism with the gate straight up is I would have loved to seen a Jeep. The Jeep that goes around in Jurassic World, I just think it's Jurassic Park. I just think it's a big missed opportunity because it's a really famous vehicle and I would have liked to have seen it. And here's just a bit more foliage. And as you can see, here are some bits of fire. My favourite part also, this is also a really cool part, is just the logo. I really like the logo here. Even though it's a bit disappointing, it's a sticker, it doesn't matter. It's still pretty cool. And as we go down, there's a few more bits of fire. And also, let's open up to the next scene. As a disclaimer, what you're seeing here isn't actually representative of the gate. What you have here are little scenes all around from the movie. So a lot of these scenes aren't actually in the gate. Actually, none of them are. For example, this toilet outhouse isn't in the gate. It's actually an outhouse somewhere else. And the computers and the labs and all these things, even though they look really cool, they're not actually in the gate. They're just elsewhere in the movie. That's just an FYI. This piece here, when you roll it back, it opens and closes the gate, as you can see. It's a really fun thing to do, honestly. What I also really like about the back here is, even though it looks a bit boring, they still put a dinosaur nest, and they also put a bit of foliage in it as well. But this area isn't really meant to be looked at as much as the front because it's honestly not as pretty. But I still think that for the space that they had, it's still a great way to pack in lots of detail into the relevant set. And it's just a good use of space as well. Now, let's look at the beginning of the first manual because there's actually some background information here as well. I love that detail, by the way. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Now, these are actually scenes from, I believe, the first Jurassic Park movie, and then them represented in Lego form. And here are the characters and the character descriptions of the main 6, well, the 6 that were included in the set anyway. Here's some info about the Lego designers. The best part of the set. Also, here are some concepts of the dinosaur. And then you get to just basic Lego instructions now. In the second manual, there really isn't too much to the manual. As we turn over, this is the only interesting image in the set. And the back of the manual has the claw marks, which we've seen everywhere in this set by now. So, what are my final thoughts about this set? I think it's a great build, a great display set, and a great price. For 400 Australian dollars and other currencies as well, this is a really good value proposition, especially compared to other licensed themes. So I rate this set 5 out of 5 stars. It's honestly one of the best sets I've had, and it'll continue to be for a long time. Now, do I recommend it? Absolutely. If you're questioning if you should buy this or not, please buy it. This set was released in 2019, and in July of 2021, in the time of recording, this set is probably going to expire, or retire rather, in December or November this year. Maybe they've extended the life on this, but I don't know if they really have. So, if you want it, just get it, because you won't be disappointed. Also, if you want to see more on this channel, please subscribe, and if you like this video, please smash the like button. And I hope that you enjoyed the build and the review, and keep building.